Everyone in the cafe whispers about the young waiter who wastes his tiny salary paying for other people's mistakes. But no one knows his secret, and the rich man who mocks him today will beg him tomorrow. In the heart of the city stands a small, elegant cafe, the kind of place where time slows down and expensive coffee smells like wealth. The walls are lined with warm wood panels and framed black and white photographs of smiling customers, the regulars, the loyal, the privileged. Inside, the tables gleam under soft, pendant lights. Gentle jazz hums in the background, blending with the soft clink of cups and spoons. It's a Monday morning when Adam, the waiter, steps in. He's young, maybe 22, wearing a crisp but faded white shirt tucked into dark trousers. His apron is spotless, though it's his third double shift this week. He moves quickly, balancing trays, filling cups, clearing plates, all while wearing a tired but genuine smile. Behind that smile hides a secret. Adam lives in a one-room apartment with his sick mother, who depends on the meager tips he collects. Every cent he saves goes to her medicine. Every coin matters. At precisely 8:03 a.m., the cafe's heavy wooden door swings open with a hush of cold air, and strides Mr. Harris, a man who doesn't notice the doorman or the barista or the tired waiter who bows politely when he passes. Mr. Harris is in his late 40s, with slick hair, a tailored suit that could pay Adam's rent for months, and a silver watch that glints whenever he flicks his wrist to check the time, which he does often, as if the world owes him every second. Harris settles into his favorite corner table, the one by the window that catches the morning sun just right for his selfies. He removes his sunglasses slowly, like a movie star, then lifts his hand without looking. He snaps his fingers once, sharp, entitled. Adam appears instantly, holding a notepad he barely uses. "Good morning, sir," Adam says softly, though Harris never returns the greeting. "Your usual?" Harris doesn't answer. He just scrolls his phone and nods once, dismissive. Adam turns away quietly and heads to the counter. Behind the bar, the head barista, Lila, raises her eyebrows at Adam. "Why do you always bow to that man? He never tips. He treats you like furniture." Adam just shrugs. "It costs nothing to stay kind, Lila." He brings the coffee, perfectly brewed, rich roast, 2 sugars, extra hot, just as Harris likes. He places it down gently, careful not to disturb the man's phone call. But Harris takes one sip and recoils dramatically. His lips curl in disgust as he slams the cup back onto the saucer, so hard it rattles. "Are you trying to burn my tongue off? What is this, boiling oil? Bring me another. And make it drinkable this time." He wipes his mouth with a napkin he tosses aside like trash. Other customers glance over. Some look embarrassed for Adam. He simply bows his head. "Of course, sir. Right away." He carries the untouched coffee back to the bar. The cafe's policy is clear. Any wasted drink must be deducted from the waiter's pay. Adam knows this too well. He sighs, pulls a folded note from his pocket, part of last night's tips, and drops it in the register to cover the cost. "You should stop doing this," Lila whispers. "He abuses you because he knows you won't say no." Adam just smiles that tired smile again. "My mother says every small kindness adds up even if people don't see it yet." He makes the fresh cup himself, double-checks the temperature, adds a chocolate on the side, a small touch no one pays for. He sets it in front of Harris with a soft, "Here you go, sir." Harris doesn't look up. He just sips, grunts, and goes back to his phone. He stays for an hour, orders nothing more, then leaves a single coin, a tip worth less than the sugar packet he used. Adam picks it up, drops it in the tip jar for the other waiters. He keeps nothing. Days turn into weeks. Harris comes in every morning, snapping his fingers, complaining about everything, the coffee, the music, the air conditioning, even the sunlight. And every day, Adam stands by his table, bowing his head, paying for every wasted cup, every spoiled pastry, every dropped napkin that Harris tosses back, demanding a fresh one. Other waiters avoid Harris, but Adam never does. He knows something they don't. Harris's cruelty isn't really about coffee. One rainy afternoon, the cafe is quieter than usual. Harris arrives drenched, his umbrella dripping. He looks angrier than ever. His phone is pressed to his ear as he storms inside, barking into the receiver. "I said transfer the money today, or the deal is off. I'm not losing my house because you're incompetent." The regulars pretend not to hear, but the tension spreads like cold wind. Harris collapses into his corner seat, eyes wild, hands trembling. Adam watches from behind the counter. He knows something is different today. He pours a cup of hot coffee without being asked and places it gently on Harris's table. "Rough day, sir." Harris looks up for the first time in weeks, really looks at Adam. For a flicker of a moment, the mask slips. Harris sees not a servant, but a person, young, tired, drenched in worry. "You don't know anything about rough days," Harris snaps, though his voice cracks at the edges. Adam doesn't argue. He just nods. Sometimes we all have them. "I hope it gets better." A week passes. Harris stops showing up. No one misses the daily tantrums, but Adam does in a way no one understands. He worries. He wonders. Then, on a bright Saturday morning, the cafe door swings open again. Harris steps in, but not in a suit. He's wearing an old coat, hair messy, eyes sunken. He stands awkwardly by the door, scanning for Adam. When he sees him, he walks up slower than usual. In his hands, he clutches an envelope. I need your help," Harris says, voice trembling. Adam blinks. "Of course, sir. What can I do?" Harris slides the envelope across the counter. It's an eviction notice. The house he bragged about is gone. The deal fell through. Debts piled up. Creditors are at his door. "They froze my account. I don't know where else to go. I'm sorry for how I treated you." His voice cracks completely now. A man stripped of his arrogance, standing in the same cafe where he once acted like a king. Adam says nothing for a moment. Then he nods slowly. "Come with me," he says. That night, Adam opens the door to his tiny apartment, the one-bedroom place he shares with his mother. He makes Harris sit at their tiny table, pours him tea, offers him bread. His mother, frail but kind-eyed, joins them, placing a gentle hand on Harris's trembling arm. "Eat, rest," she says softly. "No one is too rich or too poor to need kindness." Harris stays for 3 nights. He sleeps on Adam's couch. Adam never asks for anything in return. When Harris tries to give him a gold cufflink to pawn, Adam shakes his head. "Keep it. Get back on your feet. That's worth more to you than to me." Weeks later, Harris finds new work. He rebuilds slowly, piece by piece. But he never forgets the warmth of that tiny apartment, the tea, the bread, the quiet kindness of the boy he mocked for so long. Years pass. Adam saves enough to buy his mother a better place. One day he walks into a new cafe, bigger, brighter, one he can't believe he owns now, because Harris, now his silent partner, made it possible. On the grand opening day, Harris sits in a corner, watching Adam greet every customer with that same smile. "You taught me something no business deal ever did," Harris says, lifting his coffee. "What's that?" Adam asks, grinning. "Kindness pays its debts when pride can't. One cup of coffee, one wasted corn, one tiny kindness. They grow into forests of second chances. So the next time life tempts you to be cruel, remember the waiter and the rich man who once thought he'd never need him. Respect the unnoticed. Be kind when no one's watching. Karma always sits at your table, eventually." If this story touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe and share. Turn on notifications for more real-life folktales and timeless lessons.